Happy Sabbath, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I'm looking forward to sharing with you a couple of crafts that I have made, and we're going to go ahead and also make a card today. But let me show you what we'll be making in the next video. Plus, we'll also be making a card, I think, or a tag. But for the next video, we are going to do a teacher's gift. And who doesn't love chocolate? This one is I made specifically for Kit Kats. And Kit Kat has a new limited edition flavor, apple pie. It's really good. And then they also have the mint dark chocolate as a special edition. And this tastes just like Thin Mints. You can find these at Albertsons, at Walmart, and at Target. And I chose to go ahead and work with the apple pie. And we made a few of these to go ahead and give to my daughter's teacher. And they were a hit. So I wanted to share it with you. This was using the latest designer paper. And also using this punch set and this stamp set. The stamp set has the apple and also a pumpkin. And you can do lots of really awesome fall Thanksgiving harvest items with this. And it has a lot of really cute sentiments. So for this one, I used out of this set, I used the apple liner here. And then I used to an A+ teacher. And then I used the apple itself. And I stamped it on the coordinating cardstock, which was the solid ones. And then I added a ribbon, and it was a lot of fun, and the teachers were appreciative of this, and it just kind of makes them feel a little special. So the next video we'll do a couple of these. So the last video we went over how to do the make cute hand sanitizer gifts. Well, I want to show you the some of the cards to coordinate with the masks that I've made. So this black and white one's one of my all-time favorite styles, and I made a matching card to go with it. I like to gift these masks, send them to my friends and I also have a lot of family in California, so I do send them to them in California, and I do gift them to some of my friends that are here. I do make my masks with ribbon. I've been asked why I do that. Everybody loves elastic, but sometimes when you go to personalize a mask, it's very difficult to get the elastic down to the right size. And especially when I'm on the phone a lot at work, and then also when I'm helping customers out at the registers, it's hard. I don't like them hanging around my neck, then they fall on the floor. So for me, it's just easier to tie the ribbons and just kind of lower it and then put it over my ear, and it just makes it easier for me. I just think it's easier. So I made this one to go with, I made these two to coordinate. I made these two to coordinate, and I also like using the pleated style mask. And I made these to go. And then my sister is a cowboy fan. So I bought her a cowboy mask. And I made her a matching card. And I will be honest with you, somewhere I know I have cowboy scrapbook paper, and of course, I could not find it. I have little tiny stamps that are the star, and of course, I couldn't find it. And once I go to clean all this up and I start doing detail cleaning, I know I'll come across it, but I need to get this out today because she's going to an event, and this would be really fun for her to wear. And then I made this one. As you guys already know, I'm all about the floral and the rhinestones. So it was a lot of fun making these and having them, whoops, I'm sorry, shook the camera, match. Okay, so for today's, I am going to be mailing this one out. And I'm going to be using these papers to match. I thought it's kind of cool. And I'll give you the dimensions. As usual, as always with the dimensions, please just pause the video, and I'll do my best to be repetitive in what the sizes are, and just pause it and cut the papers, and then go ahead and hit play again so you can go on to the next step. So as usual, as always, we do start off with the normal base card, and it is 5.5 by 4 1/4. 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it's just the 8.5 by 11 cut in half, just like what we've done in the past. So I do like to do a lot of layers. This one has a few layers. So your next piece, actually it's going to be this one. So go ahead, and after you got your base, go ahead and take your next decorative printed paper, designer paper, and cut it from 5 1/4. 5 1/4 by 4. Turn it around and do it by 4. So that's 5 1/4 one way. Turn it around and do 4. Okay. So we have that. And now let's take our next piece of paper and let's do a solid. And in my case, I went ahead and I chose a green to help complement the backgrounds of these two decorative papers that I'm using. Normally I would have done the same style, but I ran out of a lot of this one. I didn't have any more extras, so I found one that was in the same pack that complemented it, so that works. So the next one is going to be 5 by 3/4. I'm sorry, 5 by 3 3/4. So you turn it around and we'll go to 3 3/4. There we are. Okay. So let's kind of put this together first and let's see how it looks. And then we'll go on to making the mask. Okay. Just regular adhesive on the back. Let me bring that forward. Regular adhesive. There we are. And then we'll, yeah, that was right. Okay, thought I had messed that one up. Okay, and then it's this one. When I get all kinds of papers around me and my brain is going 100 miles an hour, sometimes I grab for the wrong items. Okay, so then we've got this layered, and all of this should be about 1/4 inch borders. 1/8 inch. There you are. Okay, so that's your base. Pretty. Love these colors. You could actually go a little smaller if you wanted to on this by another 1/4 inch to have the colors show. That's entirely up to you. I wish I kind of would have done that, but we'll just leave it as is. So the first set of layers is the card, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4, and then this decorative color edge is 5 1/4 by 4. And then the next layer is 5 by 3 3/4. You're just going down 1/4 inch. All right. So the next thing we're going to make is the, we're going to start making the mask, which is pretty easy. Okay. So you're going to need your cutter again. And you're going to need your decorative papers. And I had already pre-cut these, but I am going to cut a couple with you. Okay, so you're going to need your paper to be 3 3/4 length. And this one's already at 3 3/4. So 3 3/4. And then you're going to bring it over to turn it around, and you're going to go to 3/4 inch. So you're going to cut 3/4 inch 4 times. So we got 1. So up to the 3/4. Let me bring that down. And then, like I said, I already had some cut. So you're going to need 4 of these strips. 4 of these strips. Okay. So you're going to grab all 4 of your strips, and you're going to layer them. You can use your glue. You can use any type of glue you have. I like glue dots, especially the small little micro glue dots. And what I do is I just put a glue dot at the end of each tip, at the bottom tip, whichever way you want to go. And then I just start layering it up. And let me show you how I do that. I just put it on right here. Let's see, I need to lay it down. So you'll lay it down, you'll just layer it barely on top of each other, maybe by 1/4 of an inch. Lay that one on top. Grab this one. You can put, like I said, glue at the end of, you only have to do the bottom, just the bottom half on each side, just one little glue dot on each side. Bring it over here, layer it on top, just barely, just enough to put it on the ends. There we are. And I'll flip it over and show you. I think it's still patterned paper. It is. So it's just, they're just barely laying on top of each other. We're going to do one more. And I think I'm going to use this one. I like the flower. There's more of a flower pattern in this one. So we're going to just do the tip. And again, you can just use glue if you want. There we are. Like that. Like that. And there you are. So you've just layered on the edges. You will need some ribbon. And this ribbon, let me measure it out. I forgot why I put how much. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a little, it's about 4 inches, about 4 1/4 inches of ribbon. 4 1/4. And then you're just going to hook it on here. And you can put it on here like that, and that's going to be like the little earpiece. Now, you can use ribbon. I was using a stapler, but my stapler disappeared. So I'm just going to use a glue dot to put this on. I do recommend using, if you do have a stapler, staple them on. It's all good to have the staples show. It's no big deal. Or if you have a strong adhesive, because you do want them to stay. So let me put another one on. Okay. So got that on each. I want this part to show, so I always just kind of put it on one of the folds right here. Then I'll come around and put it on this fold right here. And there you are. All done with glue dots. Let's do the next one. We're going to put it on, I gotta bring it more in the center. I'm sorry guys. I know that my last video was kind of off-centered. I've been using my phone and not a camera. So I'm trying to make the most of these phones. Okay. Okay. There we go. I have a glue dot on my nail. All right, spilling something. And then I'm gonna come over here and put this one on. So there you are. So you have your little earpieces on. And like I said, I do recommend using stronger adhesive, just not the glue dots. Or you can glue it on and just let it sit. Okay, so we're gonna bring our card piece back. I like to slant it a little bit and see how pretty that looks. And we can just use, adhesive to put it on. And if you want, you can kind of buckle it up a little bit, just kind of have it have a little bit of a groove in it, but you know, you don't have to, especially if you're going to mail it. There you are. There's that. So, you know, the next best thing that we need to have for our cards is we have to have a sentiment. And as for all the cards that I have made today, or I've been making, especially with the mask, has been my all-time favorite saying, just breathe, but wear your mask. And I think that's a lot of fun. And kind of makes it light-hearted, and especially we all just need to kind of smile. And I have some disposable masks here, and I want to show you how they just fold in half, and you can put one in here, write out, you know, send your personal note, put that in there, and you can mail it off. Look how cool that is. Let me find my sentiment. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. So this is the one that this is a colored one that I have printed out. And we're going to use, I'm going to take this one out. And got that glue dot. You see that glue dot? Okay. Just going to put that across. And it can overlap. And I always do it like that. And you know, this card is not complete unless we have some rhinestones. And so let's put some rhinestones on here. Let me show you. Okay. Maybe they're all flipping all over. Okay. Maybe not. You guys, I never had this problem whenever I am making these on my own, not on the camera. There's 1, 2. And you can also use colored rhinestones. Okay. All right. What are we gonna do? Do one right there. And I am telling you guys, let's see. Okay. I remember this was not one of the best batches that I got from them. Let's see. Here we go. We'll just do one more. All right. So now your card is complete. It has our rhinestones. It has the decorative paper. It has your sentiment. And, you know, with everything that's going on today, everybody deserves to smile. And why not go ahead and make one of these cards and give it to someone with the mask in it and make their day. It's been a pleasure being with you guys. I have a set schedule with Mary Ellen already. Her and I have been discussing this via text, and we're hoping that maybe soon we might be able to meet at the annex and do some of these live in person. So that would be a lot of fun. I'm hoping for that. And to show you guys how to stamp, how to make some other projects, and it's a pleasure. So y'all have a blessed week, and thank you for watching the video.